Welcome to Goon Squad Anime, where we talk about all the anime that you're going to be watching. I'm Ron from Chicago.
I'm MC2K.
I'm Asian Nick, and today we'll be talking about Episode 5 Aquarium from Darwin's game. So, we left off, and they're resting.
Oh yeah, because last episode, Kaname went to sleep, and they finally beat the Flores or whatever.
Right. And so, Kaname has a dream where he's talking to his high school friend and asking him like why he was playing the game, and it's because they all wanted motorcycles, and he's like, "You're dumb. You should have done that. We could have got jobs."
They're like, "We could have just got a job."
Right.
Too late now.
Yeah, and so then after he wakes up from his dream, he goes out, and we finally get introduced to the machine guns guy, and and his name is Ryuji.
Yeah.
Ryuji. And basically they offer him a chance to team up with him, and at first he's like, no, I just want to go on my way, because he's mad at the
he was like, if it was just you two, I would do it, but not with that guy around.
Right, because he's mad that he brainwashed him or whatever. And so they're like, all right, that's fine, you can go on your way. We just we just have a truce that we're not going to attack, we won't attack each other during the game. And he's like, all right, that's fine. And they're even nice enough to give him 3 rings too.
No, they gave him nothing.
Right. And as he's leaving, they talk about their plan. All 3 of them talk about the plan, and they bring up Wang from the leader of the 8th clan, and he's like, oh wait, he's playing in this game? He's like, you know what, I'll join up your slapdash clan. I don't know what that means, but okay.
I feel like he got something against the 8th though.
Of course he got something.
But we don't know why. They usually don't leave no survivors. They usually kill everybody.
Well, maybe he's
attacked. He could be the former member or something.
You really think they're gonna let one of their members just walk away?
No, I'm saying, but that might have been why he was skilled enough to get
Well,
away.
maybe he had a relative, that played the game along with him, and the 8th member killed him.
That makes sense.
So that would make that makes total sense. That that way he has blood in the game.
Yeah.
And so then we cut to Wang and the 8th clan, and he's in his hideout, and basically he has 50 rings.
Yeah, they got all the rings.
Yeah, they got a lot of rings. And finally they're like, it's about time we move on up and we start, conquering more rings. And so one of his gang members is like, oh, we're finally going to attack the hotel. And he's like, yeah, they should have at least 20 rings in there. And most of the fighting is settled by now, which is true because there's only 4 guys left. And so he's like, yeah, we're going to attack them, but we're going to be patient. And
wait till nightfall.
Right, we're going to attack them at night.
When all of our other clan members are still here as well.
Right, so you find out as well is that just because you're not participating in the game doesn't mean you can't come into the play area. So he's like, you
have to be a member. You have to be like a player, even though you're not part of that event.
Right, so he's like, that area is our clan's area, so he's called up all the members of his clan, so that's going to play another kind of role into this game. It's kind of interesting.
So they'll have 20-something people out there. Well, there's only, 168 people left?
Right, so we find out that out of the 300, there's only 168 players left that's playing the game right now.
I say less than 100 survive. Let's say 75.
I'm saying maybe closer to 100. That will probably survive.
Let's say this right now. How many people do you think are going to survive?
So 8th clan, obviously his Kaname's clan people. So I'm gonna go 25.
25 people?
Yeah.
25, man, that's a lot.
You killing everybody.
I'm killing everybody out here. Hide your kids, hide your wife.
And Nick said, you said over 100.
I'm saying closer to 100.
I
would say 100 to 120. That's my range.
All right, I'm saying less than 100, but no less than 75.
No less than 75. All right.
All right.
He's saying 25 over there. They're just going to kill off everybody.
All right, so then right after they talk about Wings Group and how they're gonna storm the hotel at night. They shift back over to the hotel and how they're dividing up their. Actually, hold on, let me backtrack. They finally get a text from Shuka saying, "Hey, help," and then because she had encountered this little kid who apparently has water powers now.
Right. So she's making her way to the hotel because she sends a text to Kaname saying, "Hey, I'm on my way."
Yeah.
And so as she's making her way to her hotel, she's like, "Oh, let's cut through this subway area."
Too many snipers.
Yeah, to beat snipers because she's like, "I'm tired of trying to kill all these snipers. It's too easy prey for me. Just avoid them." And so as she's going through the underground, the little subway or shopping area, underground shopping area, a sigil starts to attack her, and it's like a water attack. And so she's like running through the store, and then she sees the person that's attacking them. It's like a little boy, and she's about to go freaking send her freaking flying chains and spikes at him, and not only can he control water, but he can freeze the water instantly as well. So that's what he does to trap her chains, and then she's like, that's not going to be enough, and
she turns the other one to a drill.
I think there's a third part to his power too, because he definitely was making her see flashes of this power before it actually happened.
Yeah,
it's probably part of his powers too.
Maybe, yeah, I could see that. And so then she turns him to drills, and she drills through the ice, but then he can refreeze it right away too. So I mean, she's kind of effed in that area.
She did say that going against the water was like the worst thing for her since she's down there.
Right, because I mean, in a close quarter battle, she's kind of at a disadvantage.
I mean, she literally had no advantage in that entire fight. She doesn't have a leg to stand on.
Right.
There's no way for her to like really run away and nothing.
Like,
yeah,
he's like he has all the defensive and offensive capabilities in that matchup. Like he need the ice for defense.
Right. There's no way for her to run away too. So.
Yeah.
Basically, since he froze her chains in an ice wall, she drops them and she starts running away to try to get away because she knows that another exit to that area is only like 100 meters away, and so she's like, "Oh, I can beat it, I can make it." So when she goes and that exit's actually covered by an ice wall, and she's like, "Oh man, I'm trapped." And so then all of a sudden you see all the water rushing up against her, and it looks like she's going to drown. And so then it cuts back to Kaname,
Yep.
who decides that, all right, we need to go help out Shuka. And him and Riju go and start looking for her. And then that's when they come across we'll just call them the water person right now because we don't have their names yet.
Oh yeah, sure.
And so that one is not like this evil looking kid that was over there fighting Shuka. It's like a very timid person, and
be a girl.
Right. And so then we also find out, backtrack a little bit, Riju's sigil is basically a lie detector.
What a useless power.
Well, it is and it isn't useless. I mean, like he says it's useless, but he's like, it's nice to have because you can tell when people are telling the truth or not, but he's like, everyone in this game always fucking lies, so it's pointless.
Yeah, and then on top of that, imagine, so before he had his gun, Nini had nothing. And then
it's useless combat-wise.
That's what I'm saying.
But like in a game or whatever, or for information, or like that's useful.
Well, yeah, gaining information is the most powerful thing ever, but
Like
again, everybody's alive.
If he teams up with Ren.
Yeah, them two together would be good.
Yeah. So we find that out, and then he asks that the water person to like, hey, come out from hiding, and she's like, oh, I don't have no weapons, I'm not gonna hurt you. And he's like, well, he tells Kaname, oh, she's not lying. So they go out there, and they go start trying to go to the area that Shuka's at, and the little girl's like, hey, it's dangerous down there, you shouldn't go.
And he goes, oh, you know something? He goes, no, I don't. That's when he realizes.
Right, he realizes that water person. I'll call it person because it almost seems like we know that little chick attacked Shuka, but it was they looked different. One looked like a boy, and that one sounded like
she's
a girl.
like it was a boy,
right?
And they see it as a girl,
right? So I think there's two sides. Maybe
these are like bipolar.
Yeah, bipolar or something.
Split, or that's like thing they like to do. They like the players to be a girl, and then like
maybe it's a fight or flight thing. Like in Demon Slayer, where boy's like very timid and everything, and all of a sudden when it comes to he's back in a corner, his true power comes out. So it could be like one of those type deals.
Yeah.
So
hopefully they explain this next week.
Yeah, I'm hoping they do. And so
or they're just like getting off on pretending to be helpless and then attacking people.
Yeah.
Right.
I can see that.
That's true too. I mean, there's so many sides. So hopefully next week we'll find out more about that character and so they come up to the underground shopping area where Shuska's at, and Kaname's like, they see it's flooded, and so Kaname starts taking off his shirt, and he freaking gonna dive in.
He completely forgot to take his shoes off and his pants.
Yeah, well, you can swim with pants on. You can't swim with shoes on that well.
Hey man, you can't live with a wet shirt. You gotta take your shirt off.
I don't think that. It doesn't matter. Your pants are still wet.
According to Kaname, you know what I'm saying? As long as you keep your shirt dry, that's all you need.
Your pants and your feet are wet. So now you got soggy shoes walking around for the next 19 hours that he's there.
He don't care about that. As long as my shirt don't get wet.
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
So, and then Riju is like, hey, don't go down there. That's a sigil attack. And he's like, I got to try it. And so he dives in and starts swimming off. And then it cuts back to Riju, and he's like, okay, now that we're alone and my partner is very naive, I know that you lied to me. You already lied to me once, and you're not telling me the whole story. So he knows that person knows more, the water person knows more than what they're leading on. And so he starts pressuring her, and then all of a sudden she like pops up a fire hydrant water and sprays him, and so she starts running away, and as she's running away, he's like, oh, I'm gonna try to scare her instead of killing her, because he's like, I don't want that on my conscience.
Yeah.
And so as he was about to pull the trigger, he knows is basically it's all frozen, his trigger mechanism's all frozen up, so he starts running after her. And then it cuts back to Shuka, which we find out that she's alive and not drowned because she's holding on to a sign, and there's like an air pocket.
And then she finally
she's like, oh, then she lets go because the water's obviously cold.
Titanic cold.
Right. I know that's what we're going to go with. Titanic cold, and she's she fell into the water, and then she's like, I don't want to die yet, because, I was like, well, Kaname, even cry for me. I wanted to get him know him better. And then she's like, well, a good thing is that maybe I might be able to see my parents if I die. So obviously, we find out a little more backstory with her probably next episode too, because I guess her parents died, and maybe that's part of the reason why she's playing the game.
Yeah, because she's a loner now.
Right. So...
And then the last thing we forgot to cover was Ren notices that there's barcodes on the little rings. And in the barcodes, there's different numbers. And she's trying to figure out, what do these numbers mean? Like, what happens? Because at first they were just thinking, oh, you get 3 rings and that's it. But it's like, now there's more to it, how the gems are worth different things. Like, one gem should technically be worth more than another. So it's not, random. Right,
she reads more into the game rules and she's like, why are these gems that are more precious than the others worth more money? And, they read more into the game code too, is saying that, hey, there's more than just getting these 3 rings, because it's like, they wouldn't be like, get your 3 rings and clear the game. It would just be 3 rings. And so they find those QR codes, and those QR codes have numbers associated with them.
What do you think these numbers are?
I think it's
there's only one right answer.
To me, I think it's coordinate location.
There we go. Coordinates. That's the only right
because
answer.
Because there's whole numbers and then there's decimal numbers.
So I was like, coordinates.
Right. So being a nerd, it's probably decimal degrees. But
She'll figure it out before everyone else does.
yeah, I
The
think
only
she
thing
will.
is there are two sets. So there's two sets of decimal degrees. So they got to figure out which one goes first.
Right, but then they need. I want to say that they don't have two.
They
Two
don't
of
have.
the.
I
They
think
don't.
no. The only one they're missing is the diamond.
No, they are missing two. I think they're missing two of them because diamond. No one has a diamond.
Yeah,
No one's on the
she said
map.
no
So
one
she
came with
said that's the reason they figured out there's going to be two stages. So this next stage will probably be the diamond, but I'm pretty sure that either that or that's where the coordinates lead to the diamond.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So I think they need one more. I think they need emerald or something like that.
Well, once they get with Shuka, they should have a full set.
Yeah, that's true because she has 9 rings.
Yeah.
So
I'm actually really liking this anime, so I'm hoping next week they tell us a little bit more about what's going on.
I want to see the conversation with Wang and them.
Everyone's looking forward to that. See how that.
I mean that's going to be an epic fight too.
I don't think the 8th will be completely defeated, but I do think that Kaname will survive their assault.
Oh yeah, I think and I think Wang, obviously Wang's gonna survive.
Yeah.
I think most of his like extra crew, a lot of them probably gonna die.
Also, we haven't ran into I'm bad. I forgot his name, but the dude that tried to fight for the boxing. Yeah, we haven't ran into him yet. So.
Oh yeah, because they haven't seen him. Maybe he's dead.
That's true. He could be dead, but we'll see.
They still got a couple of more episodes to find out where everybody's going.
Right, and then also I think the way now that I realize, I think the way to defeat the 8th clan is where you can't step outside the ring. They're gonna somehow figure out where the ring ends and push them out.
No, not even because she could definitely kill like half of them by herself.
She probably could.
Well, going ahead because we know. The water person's probably gonna be on their team. That's probably gonna be key to beating Wang and them.
Right, having the water, the water that she can freeze and
they could trap them all underground, and drown them all, and freeze them.
That's true. She could.
Now, the only people who should survive is the flame demon, who is the leader, and Wang. Those are the only two who should really survive.
Yeah. All right. Check out next week's episode as we do episode 6. Hit that like and subscribe button.
It's free.
I'm Ron from Chicago.
I'm MC2K.
I'm Asian Nick.
Don't forget to join us on May 1st through 3rd for Awesome Con.
Yep, we'll be out there as long as it's still going on.
Dress up. I will dress up. I won't tell you who I'll be this episode, but as the coming weeks, I'll start drop hints. That's not who I'm going to be.
All right, check us out next week. Catch you then.
Theme song.